Hey traders, Shane Fry from GBT Futures. Welcome. I just want to quickly take you through a quick Dax Euro session recap for the V2, and I'll do that now. I'll just take you through exactly what happened today on the 5th of October 2011 in the European session. So let's jump in. Fairly strong day on the markets because we've had a nice little rally there. The DAX at the moment is up 171.5 points, so it's been a good run. Now let's have a look at how the V2 has travelled. Now this is one of our trade plans for trading the V2, and you can see there we've got the DAX loaded up on an 89 tick chart. Now our normal entry for the DAX will be a break of resistance. What you've got on the charts here is you've got, obviously when we've got an uptrend or a bias to the upside, we have our cyan candles. When we have a bias to the short side, we have our white candles. So you'll see here that our dynamic support, which is the green line, gets broken there by that strong down bar, and then we wait for the second close. Now this is a modified trade plan. One of our pro traders has put this trade plan together, and it's just ripping along beautifully. So let's see how many points it takes today. So the criteria here is that we want volume divergence before we get into the trade. So volume is the energy of the market, and we also want to confirm that before we get in with a break of support with a second bar break. So that sets up there at 9:06. So our trading start time is 9 till 12. Now you can see the first trade runs down here. Now there is no floor trader pivot there, so we're really looking to run this trade for as far as we can, and we get a good pullback, so the buyers come in and start pushing this back to that 53.30 level, and you can see there that we potentially get a counter trend trade or a trade in the opposite direction, but we don't get triggered into that because it never breaks up above that first close, so there's no trade, no counter trend trade, but we do get stopped out because we use a dynamic stop, a 2-point trail on resistance. So you can see there we would get stopped out of that trade. So it doesn't give us much profit, even though the market moves a good distance here. We're really trying to capture these bigger moves because we've got an increased range and volatility in the market at the moment. Our goal quickly is to capture bigger trend moves. So our first trade nets us 1.5 points, but we get the pullback set up. Now this is one of my favourite trades, selling 5 points off that resistance level, and we get taken into the trade just there at 27. So the trade gets us short at 27, and you can see just comfortably get in there. And now our first level of our first stop placement is placed here. You can see the resistance level. Our second stop level is placed, so our first stop level is placed there at 2 points above that at 52.98, so right at the key level, and we trailed the stop down before that, but we're really looking to place our stop 2 points above resistance on a sell. Now as it is, we actually have, now for those traders who are going for a fixed target, your target appears once support appears, which is 52.94, so that's okay. But I'm looking to trail this when the market's this volatile and with the bigger ranges. I'm really looking to trail my trades. So I actually get knocked out of this particular trade at 53.01. So that nets me out around 26 points. So trade 26 points. And then I'm looking for my next setup. So we get taken out just here. Now we get taken out just here because we potentially get a counter trend buy setup, but there's no trade here on the table because we don't have that volume divergence. So if we don't have that, we don't have a trade. So the other thing too is that stopping us from taking this trade is it's right at the key level. So remember, with the DAX and with crude, we want to avoid taking trades that set up around that key level, 10 points either side. So we just pass on that, and then obviously get a little bit of a pullback, price runs up. Here's our second pullback trade, which I was looking at taking, but you can see we don't actually get, there's the print, and it's too far away. Like the trade explodes out of here my entry on a pullback is 5 points above support for a buy. No chance of getting into that one, so we missed that. So that's going to happen sometimes. You're going to get trades that really look good, and that one looked good for a pullback, but they're just you'll miss them. They'll just move too quickly against you, or not against you, but move too quickly in the right direction and won't give you an opportunity to get into the trade. And I guess the key here, or the key message here, is not to worry about panicking into the trade or trying to jump on, because there's always another trade that comes along. They're like buses. So here we see our next setup again, sets up the short. You can see that this is at just a bit after 11. Unfortunately, we don't get triggered into this trade either, because it doesn't break that first spike low. So one of our pro traders, David, he set this up, this trade plan up, and it's really looking good on the Dax. So I'm very impressed with the work that's gone into it, because it's picking up some beautiful trade opportunities. So the buy setup doesn't trigger because again it doesn't break above. The sell here, we can't take that trade because it's a key level. Now, had we have not been following our key level decision making process of not taking the trade, we'd be down 25 points. Even though we've netted out, we're up close to 30 points at the moment. We give back 25, so we avoid that. And then the next trade that sets up is this trade here, and you'll see at 11:59 there's a trade setup. There's the buy setup. It does have volume doesn't have volume divergence, but what it does is it gives you a second. It gives you a so it doesn't have volume divergence, but it does have the ADX accelerating, and it also gives you a second opportunity to get into the trade, breaking that point there, which is 53.30. So we would pass on the initial setup based on no volume divergence. We do get the volume divergence, which tells us that yes, we should be looking at the trade, and we've also got the ADX confirming as well. So that's just an additional filter or confirmation, and bang, this trade here just is fantastic. 72.5 points. Have to be happy with that, and it eventually gets knocked out at 54.03, and that is a monster trade. Now, when we get close to these floor trader pivots, we're looking to close out of the trade on a break of on a 2-bar trailing stop break, so we get taken out at 54.04.50, and that's it. That's our session for the day, and the system did its job. It delivered 100 in total, was 102.5 points, which is basically 2562 euro, so €2,500 for the session for 3 hours work. Thanks traders for your time. Have a fantastic trading day. If you'd like more information, please feel free to email us at info@gmtfutures.com, and I look forward to catching you on the next video update. Cheers.